What is, in your opinion, the biggest flaw of the human body? Pretty much any autoimmune disease. The body can literally kill itself trying to protect itself. Attention, task failed successfully. How close the food pipe and windpipe are. Allergies, or said another way, your immune system flipping the duck out because you bumped into a peanut, dust mite, shrimp, cat, etc. The immune system is like an undisciplined army of mercenaries you keep inside your body. They can brutally slay a lot of enemies, but sometimes they just get bored and start attacking civilians. Except they're not there when you need them. Peanut? Rarg. Cancer? Can't do it, sorry bud, you're on your own. The absolute randomness in its strengths versus vulnerabilities. A person can jump from a plane, have their parachute not open, survive the impact. Or you can slip in the shower, break your ducking neck, and die on the spot. Sometimes humans roll 20s on luck and sometimes it's a one edit. Thank you for my second silver ever. Rhinoceros take the wheel. Breathing whole food whole. Squids have it worse, food passes through their brains. But then again, I have never heard of a squid choking to death on a bite of bruschetta. Hashtag X200B, edit, goodness me, thank you to all the people who informed me that we can breathe through our noses and that our breathing hole is the way it is because of our evolution so we can speak. You have all really opened my eyes. Just remember, the next time you are at a fancy restaurant and you find yourself choking on a bite of bruschetta, just calmly breathe through your nose and talk to the nearest waiter. I'm sure they will help you out. There are many. But, notably to me, is how easily damaged the knee joints and the spine are. They next to impossible completely repair. Once damaged, they are never really right again. Knees make no damn sense. Our switch from quadrupedal to bipedal was to fast and duct up a lot of things in our body, knees being one of them. We should try tentacles or tank treads next time. How about helicopter blades? We already have one. How about functional helicopter blades? I mean, I can fly, so you can too with your helicopter blades. I did sleep for 50 hours though after flying. If I wiped the wrong direction, I could get an infection that could spread to my kidneys and kill me. Why have we got to wipe it all? My dog's butt is magically clean after every poop, why can't ours do that? Though I don't envy cats who have to lick themselves clean. Fun fact, most mammals prolapse their rectum slightly when they poop. That's what helps it come out clean if they're not sick. It's a damn shame this didn't develop with humans, given our giantess cheeks are literally our claim to bipedal fame, though probs isn't super necessary on the OG high fiber diet. Suffering from success. Why I gotta be so dummy thick? Colonel. I'm trying to sneak around but I'm dummy thick. The clap of my ass cheeks keeps alerting the guards. My schlong is more like a schlort. Hey buddy, you just gotta tack on some mass. If you put 200 pounds behind a thumbtack, you're gonna do some damage. How fragile the brain is. Make it metal, and inside a metal cage. Machine men, with machine minds and machine hearts. Edit, my most upvoted comment ever is from a Charlie Chaplin movie. I am so proud of you guys. Teeth cannot repair themselves, I think. If a bone can heal back together, why the hell can't a tooth fill in a micro hole? In a natural state, teeth are pretty damn important. Edit, just want to say thanks to all for the upvotes. It does not go unappreciated. May we all have perfect teeth forever. Yet another flaw with our teeth, even with brushing and flossing, as you get older, you can experience bone loss that can cause an infection under the tooth, which may lead to the loss of the tooth. Which is happening to me right now. Damn, that's also terrible. Sorry to hear, mate. The fact that there is so many things you can do to the human body without killing it, but oh duck, slept wrong and pinched a nerve, now I'm fucking paralyzed. Didn't happen to me, but happened to a semi-distant family member a year ago. Edit, holy fuck, this comment took off. Edit 2, to everybody getting paranoid in my replies, don't worry, he was sleeping in a crowded camper on a small couch in a very, very awkward position. This isn't a very common thing, but it does happen to people. So long as you sleep relatively well, you shouldn't have a problem. Edit 3, apparently Reddit is full of health experts who know for a fact that you can't do this. He pinched and severed something in his spinal cord from what I remember. Am not 100% sure if it was a nerve, but what else it would be tbh. Either way, the point I was trying to convey was this man went from sleeping to paralyzed, so. Oh god, I've had sleeping fears over the Reddit post of the guy who had a stroke from pulling a blood vessel in his neck sleeping wrong. I didn't until you just ducking made me aware of that. What the fuck? Welcome to the club. We have complimentary cookies and orange juice to help you replace the lost blood. Dude, WTF, now I'm scared. Just don't sleep. Ever. Again. Especially since Teresa, high likelihood it'll happen tonight. What people never mention when they say drop these facts is that a lot of times not everything was sunny in the land of the people this kind of stuff happens to when it happened. Frequently they have persistent health problems and predispositions toward certain conditions and illnesses that make it more understandable why certain things happen to them. It's just that people don't click on those links or listen to those news stories if they're not as fearful it could happen to them. It's the availability bias, availability heuristic. We judge the likelihood of an event based on how easy it is to call an example to mind. We just learned of this, so it's easy to worry it'll happen to us. Same reason lots of people are afraid of flying on planes. They remember reports of planes crashing on the news. But those reports happen because it's so rare that planes do crash. They don't report on the ones that successfully make it to their destination. If we had to listen to the story of everyone who'd made it through their night sleeping without giving themselves a stroke by twisting their neck, we'd be stuck listening to those stories for the rest of our lives. Just thought I'd chime in to ease the health anxiety here. Hope it worked for some of you who stuck through this long comment. Smile. Put all these comments together and the human body seems like it's all just a piece of junk. It's never been the survival of the fittest, it's the survival of the good enough and lucky. People just don't understand what fittest actually means. Edit, the simplest and best definition for fitness is the ability to produce grandchildren. Bacteria, so far at least, have proven themselves the fittest organisms on the planet. We're just compensating with all these complex multicellular adaptations because bacteria got here first and took the best spot. Edit 2, a lot of people still conflating evolutionary fitness with physical fitness. They are entirely different concepts that really have no bearing on one another. Your brain replaying embarrassing moments over and over until you die. Thanks, now it's doing that. Remember that one time at school? Oh boy, I bet all those guys are thinking about that thing I did. Cancer. Routine processes meant to repair the body create mistakes that in turn create tumors. Relatedly, inability to feel when something is amiss with an internal organ until it's too late. A close friend just got diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and had no symptoms at all until 8 weeks ago. Meanwhile, let me bump my toe against some furniture and have my nerves scream at me, arg, something is wrong, we were struck by an object, we need attention over here, get an ice pack for land's sakes, are you trying to get killed? Well, before advanced medicine, even if we could feel stuff wrong with internal organs, Therese, nothing we could do about it. So there would be no purpose for that pain. That's true, but WTF is the purpose of terrible menstrual cramps, for instance? Nothing can be done about them either. Just so you're aware. In case you missed the bleeding out of your vagina part. That we can bite the insides of our own cheeks. I'm sure plenty of you know the pain of accidentally biting down on your cheek. Edit, thanks whoever gave the award, fam. Ectopic pregnancy, ovaries are ovulating and doing their things. Eggs and whatnot. An egg decides enough is enough, and with the help of a hormone surge, wants out of that shit. Bigger and better things. So the egg literally punches out, and is supposed to go straight into the fallopian tubes, get fertilized while inside the tubes, and then plant in the uterus. You would think that the entrance of the fallopian tubes would connect right to the ovary. Now the opening of the fallopian tube has these little hairs, fimbriae, that are like wacky inflatable tube men in front of sketchy used car lots, and kind of guide the egg into the fallopian tube. Sometimes, the eggs don't feel like it going, and they venture off. And if fertilized, it's considered an ectopic pregnancy. It can plant anywhere in the abdominal cavity at that point. Most of the time, it will die because it has to plant in a well-vascularized region to be viable. Sometimes, it finds a good, bloody spot and starts growing there. At that point it's essentially a tumor, and if it can eat enough into a blood vessel, it can rupture and bleed like shit. You would think that millions of years of evolution would create a fallopian tube that opens up right to the ovary, but that's not the case. As someone who had emergency surgery yesterday for a live ectopic, I completely agree. Ectopics are rare and getting pregnant on the Mirena coil is extremely rare, but I'm proof it happens. Ladies, if you have a Mirena and pregnancy symptoms, do a test just to make sure. Catching my ectopic early is what saved my life. Also, shout out to the doctor who, even though I experienced no symptoms of an ectopic, was worried enough to book an emergency scan, and to the scan technician who very briefly caught a glimpse of something and chose to further explore. His diligence and her persistence prevented a very serious situation. I second your statement of ladies, if you have a Mirena and pregnancy symptoms, do a test to make sure. This was me Saturday. I had Mirena but felt off, so I took a pregnancy test. It came back positive. They'll spare the details, but within 16 hours I was in the OR because it was an ectopic pregnancy and they had to remove that in a tube. I feel like I'm still trying to process what happened.